Do you ever wonder what makes you who you are now and what makes you, them, and me so different? Yes, we are unique and distinctive. Gene, DNA, and chromosomes are magical things that create the amazing you. There are set of instructions that are given to you by your father and your mother. These instructions are in your cells, and all living organisms are composed of cells. There are many different types like nerve cells, hair cells, and skin cells. They all have different shapes and forms, but every cell has the same basic parts. The cell has an outer border called the membranes, which contains a liquid material called cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm is the nucleus, and inside the nucleus are chromosomes. In humans, each cell normally contains 23 pairs of chromosomes for total 46. The chromosomes are really long strings of DNA.
So, what do you know about DNA? DNA is a molecule known as deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is a large complex molecule that carries genetic information that determines the characteristics of living things and others, even the identical twins. But the identical twins have their own unique DNA, and it was not the same. DNA contains lots of sequences, and it also known as a blueprint for complex and magnificent as the tree, you, and even the dirtiest cockroaches you've seen in the toilet. How on earth a mere of molecules do that? To answer that, let's first take a quick look at the amino acid. Amino acids are tiny little chemicals inside our bodies that are so important. They are often referred to as the building blocks of life. There are about 20 different kinds each with their own unique shape. The cool thing about them is they can be attached to each other kind of like Legos to produce an endless variety of larger particles called proteins. For your information, amino acids not only make up proteins, but it also make up proteins along with other chemicals, combined to form living cells. Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs. And when they are all put together and functioning well, tada! A complete amazing creature will be formed. They need to be formed in the perfect shape in order to function.
But what is DNA made up of? DNA is made up of lots of molecules called nucleotides. DNA is a polymer because it is a large molecule composed of repeated subunits, the nucleotides. Each nucleotide contains a phosphate group, a sugar group, and a nitrogen base. When people think of DNA, they usually think of these bases. Here is a simplified model of DNA. There are 4 bases which are adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. It is best to remember in this order A, T, C, G sequence because A and T is a bases pair up and C and G is another base pair. The bases pair up forming hydrogen bond and the DNA forms a twisted shape that is known as double helix. A stretch of DNA is called a gene. A gene is just a short section of DNA, and because each gene codes for a specific protein, it is in these genes that give us our individual characteristics, such as whether you have blue eyes or brown eyes. So, there you have DNA. You should know DNA usually found in the chromosome within the nuclei of cells.